Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today we have COVID protocol updates, which is actually, I think, a really helpful update that they are announcing for sailings from the UK. We've also got the big exciting news that Princess is just releasing their new Premier package, which I think is wonderful. And then we've got lots of updates about what is going on board on the ships and just a lot of things that I think will be really helpful for you to know. So first of all, I would like to welcome all of our Let's Go family members. It is such a pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for always coming. And also welcome to all of you who are new. We're really glad to have you with us. If anyone hasn't subscribed yet, we would ask you to please subscribe to our channel. It will help us out, but I think it's going to really be a wonderful thing in your life as well, because it will give you a place to come and talk to people who enjoy cruising as much as you do, or who haven't cruised yet and you want to talk to people that just are trying to figure that out as well as we keep you up to date with everything that you really need to know if you are planning on going on a cruise soon or booking a cruise. So first of all, let's start with the COVID health protocol update, because that's what we are always worried about. I figure that you can know all the fun things about going on a cruise, but if you don't know what the protocols are and you get to your cruise and you can't board or don't have what you need, then that's where that's just I think the most basic. So first of all, dated May 11th, we have COVID health protocol updates for both UK and for Europe. So the change that is on the sailings from the UK, all of the sailings until further notice on Princess Cruises, you now get to have 3 days if you are fully vaccinated for your antigen test, and it has been 2 days. So this extra day is wonderful for your antigen test. Now they do remind everyone that to be able to get an antigen test, you have to be fully vaccinated, meaning that you have to have had your vaccine and you need to have had it within the last 9 months. And if it has been longer than 9 months or 270 days since you received your last dose of the vaccine, then you need to have a booster. If you don't have a booster and your vaccine is more than 9 months old, you have to have an exemption. And so all of you who are sailing and are indeed vaccinated and you've got your booster, you get to have the 3 days for the, and you have the booster if required, you get to have 3 days for the antigen. If you've got an exemption, you can have 3 days to get the PCR. Of course, if you're vaccinated and you want to do a PCR, you can do a PCR. Just keep in mind that they take much longer to get the results back. It is still listing that is, if you are not able to get one, you can just take advantage of the convenience, as they put it also, of getting tested at the port there, right at the terminal for $60. And I want to add that whenever Princess is offering testing at the port, we are used that when they are offering testing at the port, it's through .go.com for sailings out of the US, and you need to have an appointment for that. The testing that they are offering for sailings out of the United Kingdom and out of Europe so far, those are complimentary, and you do not have to have an appointment. Sorry, they're not complimentary. They used to be complimentary. Now they're $60 US, but you don't have to have an appointment. You simply arrive at the port, let them know you need to be tested, and they take care of it from there. So no appointment needed on those sailings out of the UK and out of Europe. So also they listed an update on the COVID health protocol page for sailings from Europe. The only thing that they changed, and at first I couldn't figure it out because I read these every day, but they put it in a nice little chart like they do for sailings from everywhere else. Originally it had just been in paragraph form, letting you know that you had 3 days to get your antigen or PCR test, and now it's in a handy dandy little chart. That's what the differences are on the sailings from Europe. None of the actual requirements have changed, and so if you see that update date of May 11th, don't be worried thinking something else big has changed. It hasn't. But I am really glad that they're allowing an extra day for everyone who would like one to be able to get your test done for those sailings out of the UK. So that's what we've got on that. The next thing I want to talk to you about here is Princess's new Premier package, and you might be familiar with Princess Plus. So Princess Plus package they've been offering for a long time, and what you get with the Princess Plus package is you would get one device to use with the Medallion Internet, and then you would also get the Premier Beverage package, and then you would also get the crew gratuities, the crew appreciation included. And when you bought that, it was cheaper than buying all of those separately every day, and so it turned out really nice. But they just announced that they now have, and this was late yesterday, the Princess Premium package. And so what it is going to offer, it's a brand new package that you get to have unlimited Wi-Fi on up to 4 devices. So that's really handy, because if you have it for one device, you can use it on other devices, but you have to keep logging out of the device you're using on, and then you can log in on it on something else. I've shared that my husband have done that for a really long time now. One of us, if we want it on our phone, the other one has to wait. And so that sounds like we're on our phone all the time, but we're really not. But anyway, so this is awesome that you get to have it on 4 devices. You also get a new premium top shelf beverage package. You get digital downloads of every single photo that you have taken on your whole voyage. And I love that, because often not often, always, they will take your picture, you know, like on formal night, and often they'll go around to the dining rooms and take your picture at your table, or you can go stand at all the different picture stations that they've got with all the different backdrops and get your picture taken. And honestly, Gordon and I have gotten some of our very best photos, like the best photos that we have of us since our wedding photos, and that was a long time ago now. And so they really do a nice job. Of course, we've had a lot of duds too. Some photographers are better than others, but the really nice thing with having all the different locations set up is you're bound to get a background you like with a good photographer. And I'm not saying they're not bad, and sometimes we just don't look good or we don't smell at the right moment. But anyway, the digital downloads, and then they'll do them like when you're getting off the ship. I haven't seen it since COVID started, but maybe it's going now. I hope it is. They'll have some of the crew members dressed up kind of in the theme with the port, or else a cute sign for you to stand by. They'll take your pictures you're getting off the ship, or like when you're up in Glacier Bay, they'll go around to people who are out on deck at the rail and take your picture, and you get the glaciers behind you. And I really liked, like on our Antarctic cruise, they would take a picture and then mount it. Like they did several different backgrounds, so they'd have a nice picture of you there outside, and then they'd have like on this other side of that 8.5 by 11, like a smaller photo of you, and then the other half, they had like the whole like the map with everywhere we went and all of the coordinates. It was just really, really fun, really cool. I really enjoyed that. And so there's a lot of photos that you're going to get if you get digital downloads, and that's an awesome thing to be included. And then you also are going to get 2 specialty dining times, and then also all of your crew gratuities are also included. So you get all of that for $75 per day, per person per day. And they point out that it does build on their Princess Plus package that I just told you about. And then another really fun thing that they've added, like they've gotten somebody a little bit creative thinking over there at Princess about these things. They are also adding a really kind of unique promotion that goes with it. The Princess Premier guests will also automatically be entered in a new onboard promotion for a chance to win a cruise for 2 every year for a decade, and up to $100,000 in cash prizes as well. So you have the chance to earn, or I should say win, lots of different things. And so you can start buying that. That package goes on sale on May 25th for voyages starting on June 25th and beyond. And so along with that, they've got a new Premier Beverage package, and it includes, which is really cool, now it includes top shelf spirits and cocktails up to $18. And you might recall that with the Princess Plus package, it includes all of your wine and alcoholic drinks up to $12. So this deal of including everything up to $18 is a big deal. As you know, we don't drink alcohol, my husband and I, but I know a lot of people who do. And so this really opens up a whole lot more options for people. And then also you should be aware, one of you amazing Let's Go family members just taught me this the other day. I think it was during one of our lives. She said that like if you or dinner and you want a glass of wine, and we'll just say $20, and it costs $20. If you have this new Premier Beverage package, then just $2, because you're allowed up to 18, will go on your shipboard account. And because she said that like one time they had done that, and they had the Princess Plus, which allows up to $12, and I believe what they ordered was $15, so just $3 showed up on their shipboard account. So I think that that's a really handy thing to know. And then it also includes, you know, like we're used to having it include like all your smoothies and your fountain soda, everything like that is going to be included as well. And your bottled water. Bottled water is also included in your Premier Beverage package, as well as in this new Premier Beverage package. Please be aware that with the other packages, bottled water is not included. If you have the Premier Beverage package or this new one that they are also doing, the Premium Premier Beverage package, that one, those two, you can walk up anywhere you want to any bar on the ship and say, I would like a bottle of water, and they will hand you a bottle of water. Everywhere else, you need to ask for a glass of water unless you want to pay for the bottle of water. Okay, does that make sense? And then if you are someone that likes bottled water, I'm just wanting to say this here since we started that. If you like bottled water, then you can also buy a pack of 12 bottles of water for $7.08 just in the cruise personalizer, and it'll be in your room when you board. You can't do that after you board the ship though, so it's important to do that before you get on, and I've showed in my videos how to do that. But anyway, so all of that is included in those beverage packages, and then like I said, you're going to get 2 specialty dining meals per person, and so that will include like your Crown Grill, your Sabatinis. If you're on a ship that has, oh my goodness, it's escaping me the name of the French one. Oh, Bistro Sur de la Mer. They have that will be included as well. Any of the specialty dinings, and then like I said, you get free digital downloads for all of your photos. Plus, you're going to get 3 prints of whichever one, whatever it is you want, of the 8x10 size. So you can pick 3 of those, and then like I said, you get entered into that new the Princess Prizes on board promotion, and then you also get to have that crew appreciation, which that's expensive. It's nice that it's included. And then, so this is like a whole big deal that they've announced, for a one-time entry fee per stateroom for $20, for a one-time entry fee. So one time you pay $20 per stateroom. When purchased separately, every time an adult guest accesses their stateroom with their medallion, they will get entered into a drawing for a chance to win grand prizes that include $100,000 in cash. Like I mentioned, a cruise for 2 every year for a decade, along with prizes won on every voyage that run from a cruise for 2 in a balcony stateroom, to onboard cruise credits from like $25 clear up to $250, wine tastings, and chef's table dinners. And then guests can also win entries for an end of the cruise drawing in which someone will win at least $5,000 every voyage. And so I think it's really fun. The difference is that the new Princess Premium package is $75 a day for your cruises, and the Princess Plus is $40 a day for your cruise. And starting on May 25th, that Princess Plus package is going to go up to $50 per day on your cruises. And so if you already have a cruise booked and you are wanting to upgrade to that package, it says guests on voyages that depart June 25th and after who have already purchased the Princess Plus package, you can go ahead and upgrade to the Princess Premier for an additional $25 a day. And so just keep that in mind on all of your upcoming voyages. I don't know if we'll do it or not. I don't know. We'll have to see. Since we don't drink alcohol, that's a chunk of the package. But I really do like that photo thing. That's really nice. So we'll have to think about it. The next thing that I want to let you know about is, in addition to all of this, Princess does have a sale, and they're calling it their festive days. And so I just wanted to let you know that you can get up to $200 of onboard spending money per stateroom, and Princess Plus perks. So that Princess Plus package I just told you about, included in your fare, so you don't have to pay extra for it. And so you just need to book your cruise by June 8th of 2022. And so they are also having a special to do with sailings for Alaska, that they are offering $300 airfare credit plus up to 40% off on your cruise. And that whole promotion ends on May 31st. And so if you have got any questions, don't hesitate to shoot me an email, or I'm not putting my phone number online. Just send me an email and I'll send you my phone number. And you are welcome to call me and ask me like which cruises qualify and everything else to go with that. That one that is to Alaska, I think, is a really good one. It says that all guests that have a stateroom, balcony, or above get that $300 airfare credit and up to 40% off when you book an Alaska voyage of the Glacier Cruises or select cruise tours departing from July through the end of September of 2022. And so I thought that was really cool. Another thing that Princesses pointed out is that they have also got a special promotion. If you're a school teacher, you can take an extra 25% off current cruise deals for the 2022 cruises. And so if you are a teacher or you've got a teacher in your family, you really should contact either, if you've got a travel agent. If you don't, you can contact me and or Brad that I work with, and he will help you, and I'm absolutely delighted to help you as well, to find whatever cruise you're looking for and make sure that you get your 25% off on that. It's a lot to talk about, but it just seems like it's so much that I thought I should let you know. And then let's see. Okay, we're good. Now we're going to move on to the update section of what we're going to talk about today. And we are going to start off with the Ruby Princess. So I received a message from one of our Let's Go family members who was on the cruise that just embarked, the Ruby Princess, and then like our Let's Go family members Reba and Code 4 for Life, and I know some others of you boarded. And so I appreciated what this Let's Go family member said. Like I said, they were on the last sailing of the Ruby Princess, and up till then we had heard, and you know, it is so hard to know what is just hearsay and what is really going on, but for some reason a lot of people were thinking that there were quite a few cases of COVID on that ship. And this Let's Go family member pointed out that on this sailing it seemed like there were not any, they didn't hear about them at all. It doesn't mean that there were not any, but it surely did not seem like it was before, where so many people said that they had been quarantined and everything that went with that. And so I was really encouraged to hear that. I thought that was great news. He also said, or she, sorry, I don't know who, with the name who it was, but they also said that they knew that the port side of the Aloha deck was quarantined, was the quarantine area on the ship. And so when they were in their last port, which was Victoria, they noticed that side of the ship you could see it, and that nobody was out on those balconies. And so we'll all take that as a good sign, because if you were quarantined in one of those rooms, you'd probably want to be on your back balcony. I know I would, taking a look at anything that you could see and getting fresh air as well. And so the other thing they said was that by the time they got to about the end of that cruise, about 90% of the passengers were not wearing their mask indoors anymore. It had been more when they started off, but by the time they were getting to the end, passengers weren't. And so like we have said before, masks are not required, they're recommended, and it's just in a few venues, they say, where there's a sign that you're going to have to wear a mask. So I thought I'd let you know. And he said, or she, that they did really enjoy their cruise. They noticed that there were a number of changes from their previous Princess cruises, like before COVID, that may have dropped the overall Princess experience a notch. He said that most of them were small changes, but that in the end they added up. And I could do a video about the changes that we have noticed. And quite frankly, I think that I would say that most of the changes that we have noticed, I just chalk up to COVID, honestly. If you don't know this, I don't work for Princess. I don't know anybody at Princess. I don't know that anybody at Princess ever even watches our videos, so I'm not to be holding to them at all. But I honestly think that the changes that we have noticed, I am expecting a rebound on them. I think that they're just little things that were either required by COVID protocols, or the situation with the supply chain, or the situation with not making any money for a couple of years has facilitated those changes. But it's going to be really interesting to see how things are as we get further into the restart. And then we've got our lovely friend Reba, who is on the Ruby Princess right now, and she was so kind. She just said that she sent me to this yesterday, so that was their second day on board, and she said that the sea has been really really choppy and tough, and it's chilly out, which it's really interesting when you sail away like from San Francisco and you start going north. I've not sailed out of San Francisco yet, but I'm sure that it's the same, because when we've sailed out of Seattle before, even if you're there in the middle of the summer, it doesn't take really long until you start feeling really chilly, because you are going to Alaska. And so along with that, we have also some Let's Go family members that just got off as well. And here's one thing that I wanted to comment. They were on one of the sailings. On their sailings, all these people had to stand in line for a really long time at embarkation. And so we're hearing that occasionally, especially at the dock there in San Francisco. So if you're going to sail out of there, just keep in mind that you might be standing there a long time. And so I hate to say that to you, but just be aware that that might happen, and so you're prepared for it just in case. But I also wanted to comment on the other thing. They said that they saw a lady bawling out customer service because she was getting charged for her soda, and she had a beverage package. Come to find out, she was asking for cans of soda. So cans of soda is a whole different beverage package. If you love your soda out of a can, then you need to find the canned soda beverage package, and you get, I don't have it memorized, you get a certain number of sodas for X number of dollars. But if you have a beverage package, like we have the soda beverage package, that's what we always get, it covers fountain sodas. That means that you can walk up to any bar, or when you're seated at dinner, ask for, like I always ask for Diet Coke. They say, what would you like to drink? And I say Diet Coke. And now they can just tell with my medallion right there what package I have, so we never get charged for it. You don't even have to show the medallion. It's really nice. Or we can order it on our phone on the medallion, and they'll bring it to you. But it comes from a bar in a glass. Or if you're up on the pool deck, you go to one of the bars there, and they're going to give it to you in a plastic glass because you're on the pool deck. But that is what is included. Cans of soda are not included. So he said that he talked to her, and she was nice. Customer service was nice and removed it. But please be aware. I'm sure they did that as a courtesy to her. I like to think they told her that that's not what included, so don't ask for that. But that's one of the little things that maybe sometimes people don't know, and so that's why I wanted to go out of my way and let you know that. And always, like, keep an eye on your shipboard account when you're online, and now it's really easy to do because it's on the app as well, and you can see it on your phone or on your stateroom TV. But that way, if things are getting added either in error or because you didn't know, then you can do something about it really soon, rather than at the end of the cruise when there's 25 charges for cans of soda or whatever it is. And so that's another helpful tip as well. And so I want to ask any of you who have a cruise book with Carnival, like how things are going. We had a Let's Go family member who said that they just found out yesterday, which was 4 days before their Carnival cruise was scheduled to sail, that their cruise had been canceled without them even being notified. The only way that she knew is because she looked online at her account on Carnival. She said, other than that, she said, I would not have had any clue. I would have traveled to the port and expected to board that cruise, and then I would have found out that it was canceled. So are any of you having that problem? She said she says Carnival is really bad at communicating and send emails labeled with things like urgent action required within 48 hours, saying that if you don't fulfill that requirement within 48 hours, your cruise will be canceled. But she said she has done all of those that she's received, and so she has no idea why her cruise was canceled. And I sent her a message back and said, were you able to call them and get your cruise reinstated? And I haven't heard back from her yet, but I would really appreciate hearing from any of you what's going on. And the reason is so that we can kind of get the word out to our Let's Go family members, like what to look for, what to expect, just so that your cruise doesn't get canceled and you don't know about it. That is really worrisome to me, especially if you're going to travel to a port and you think you're going on a cruise. And so I would really like to hear if any of you have anything to do with that. And so yeah, that sounds like a big mess. Then I've also got a follow-up for you on, we were talking about the flights booked with NCL and how our Let's Go family member Emmy was having a hard time with NCL. They booked their flights through NCL with American and American partners with British Airways on the flights that they were going to have. Well, luckily, so the problem is, if you didn't know, when she would go on, they would only want her to pay extra for the seats that they said she could have. Well, luckily, they were able to get that all taken care of. They were able to get all of their, when they got to there to check in, they had seats, and then British Airways let them move their seats around so that their whole family was sitting together and they didn't have to pay anything extra. And so then our Let's Go family member D, he said, or she said, that they are having that exact same problem with American and British Airways and trying to get everything ironed out. Apparently, they booked their tickets with Princess Easy Air, and they keep telling them that they're working on their flight itinerary, but they don't. Their flight home has disappeared, and they still don't have one. And so I'm wondering if it's just the way some airlines manage things. I have flown on British Airways, but only the last time was before COVID, and it was just from London to Rome. But boy, were we delayed. That's what comes to my mind after that. We were really delayed. We were supposed to get into Rome, I think like at 5 or 6, and we ended up getting in like at 10 or 11 at night, and bless the dear guy that we were renting the Airbnb from. So like at 12:30, he's so kind, he's lugging my suitcase for me up 4 flights of stairs. If you've been to Italy, there's not so many elevators. There are elevators, but not so many, and not elevators like we think of here in the United States. And so just whatever you do, if you're booking an Airbnb or if you're staying at a hotel, make sure that you pay attention to what floor your room is going to be on and if they have a lift or not. But along with that, their elevators are notorious for breaking down, and then you just have to do the stairs. So make sure whatever suitcase you take, you can do the stairs with. That would be, I could do the stairs with the suitcase that I had brought, but he was just a very kind gentleman and carried it for me. My daughter carried hers. But just a heads up, I don't ever think to tell you things like that except for at times like this. Now, Trish, she is so kind. She's our Let's Go family member, and she's got a channel, by the way. I think it's Traveling Trish. Thiel, Thiel. But anyway, they are booked on the Crown Princess September 3rd, and already she was just looking in her cruise personalizer and noticed that her excursions, so mind you, September 3rd, and today is May 12th, their excursions for Skagway and Ketchikan have been canceled. And so I am not sure if that means it's not going to go to either port, or if the one that they have in Skagway was one that was not going to go across the border into Canada. So take a look at what your excursions are, take a look at what your itinerary shows, and if they canceled one of your excursions, but like it still shows you're going to Skagway, then pick up something else. Another Let's Go family member said that his excursion into Canada got canceled without even an email. They didn't tell them, they just saw, like Trish did, looking in the cruise personalizer, that it had been canceled. But the crazy thing is that when they went in to excursions to pick a different one, since the one that went to Canada had been canceled, the one that got canceled was still being offered. And so you've just got to be really careful. It's a crazy time. And so I think more than ever, this is a really important time to keep an eye on your cruise personalizer, even if you have a travel agent, because they can't see your cruise personalizer for one thing. And often you will have changes in your cruise personalizer that they won't receive a memo about. And so keep your eye open, and then you can always ask them for help. Absolutely. Ask them for help once you find out what is canceled, because I have lots of ideas on what else you could do there. But it's just really important that you keep an eye on that. And the video that I did last Sunday kind of shows you how to navigate the Princess website. If you're not so familiar with that, you could take a look. Let me see, what else do we have here really quick? Let me see. Okay. Oh, and then also about the Crown Princess. Brenda has been so kind. She sends us updates, and bless that dear Crown Princess. They are still trying to get their toilets working. They are still having trouble with their air conditioning, but you know what? It seems like there's a trade-off for everything, and isn't that such a blessing? Really, divine intervention. She says that the weather is incredible, and we are hearing that the weather in Alaska right now is incredible, just totally unseasonable. It's warm, it's beautiful, not raining all the time, so that's extraordinary. She wanted to point out, and I do want to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about it more another day, that she is sad for people that this is their first cruise or their first princess cruise. We've got Jennifer, and she is in our Let's Go family, and she said that they are so excited they're going to go on the Crown Princess in June. So here's what I would say to anyone who is a first-time cruiser, and I would even, and I'm sorry that I have to say it with what's going on with the Crown Princess. This is number one. Pack your patience. If anything we've learned, take your patience along with you. And don't judge everything by what happens the first time, and try to look beyond the crazy problems. Try to look beyond, I'm hoping that by next week, for heaven's sakes, that they will get the toilet problems fixed. You would think that would be the first order of business. So try to look beyond the crazy things that might be happening, and enjoy what is going on around you. There is nowhere else on earth that you have the same experience that you have on a cruise ship. You are out sailing the ocean blue. The scenery is extraordinary, even if you are just in the middle of the ocean. The color of the ocean, being on the ocean, is a spectacular experience. Along with that, when you are on board the ship, there is so much to do, and there are so many people who are so anxious to take care of you and make sure that you have a wonderful voyage. And so take time to sit and listen to the beautiful music, or make sure you sign up. Well, you don't even have to sign up. You just go. They have exercise classes. They have dance classes. They have fun pool activities when you're somewhere that it's warm. They have lots of different sports things. They have destination experts that will tell you all about the places that you're going. On the Alaska cruises, they always have naturalists on board who truly have made me look at nature in a different way. I appreciate it entirely different, and I already appreciated nature. I went to Alaska because I thought it would be beautiful, and I'd read a lot. But still, they opened my eyes further. You get to meet wonderful people. You get to have lovely dinners and beautiful shows, and the movies under the stars on Princess all day long and all evening long. They have movies, they have concerts, they have sporting events depending on what's going on when you're sailing. There's that lovely pool to relax by. If you are on a sailing that has the pool is outdoors, they've got indoor areas to enjoy viewing all of the beautiful scenery, and you'll see beautiful scenery no matter where you are in the world. And so just try, and on top of it, it is just a special time that is carved out if you're on your own, or if you're sailing with someone else who is special to you, that you don't have all of these other crazy things that you have going on at home. And so take a look around, and based on my experience with Princess, give them another chance. I know that I always want people to give me another chance, and so I always try to extend that to other people and other entities that offer something that I think that they're really trying hard with. And so that's just what I'm putting out there. It's the way that we're approaching our cruise on the Regal Princess. Hopefully everything will go smoothly. I am really excited to go, and I am excited to try to enjoy every moment. And so I hope that you first-time cruisers will have that experience as well. So I just wanted to add that on to today's video. So we've got 2 questions for all of you out there. Number 1, anybody that is sailing anywhere in the world, can you comment with like what cruise line you're on, and are you having extra random testing during the voyage? Are you having, like, I know that Carnival says that if you're on a voyage longer than 14 days, they're going to give you another test. The last time I heard of any extra testing on Princess was on when the Emerald was doing her transatlantic a few weeks ago, and that they had some extra testing, but that's the last I've heard of extra testing on Princess. And so I would like to hear from everybody, because I think it'll be a really great resource for everyone to know what to expect. So thank you very much for anything that you can chime on that. And I think that that is enough for today. Join me again tomorrow. I'm going to talk to you about what's on my list to see when we are in Rome, as well as all of the onboard updates. I hope that you find some of this helpful. If you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up? I really appreciate you sticking with me, and I look forward to getting to talk to you again soon. I will talk to you again soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.